Well guys, in a quick follow-up to my video yesterday on Brexit, today's reports could be proving me right in less than 24 hours. I said yesterday to get ready for a possible Brexit sellout because reports claimed the deal was almost done and could be finalised in 9 days. Now they are saying only 2 days is needed to finalise it, which if true would mean Boris caved during the talks, not the other way around. We all know Boris Johnson has said we want this and this and this. If you don't agree to operate like adults, we walk on WTO terms. But we also know, despite the EU clearly stating we won't get what we want, Boris has continued to try and get a deal, which shows he was never serious about no deal and will only consider it if he absolutely has to. Well, one of the things it looks like he might have sold us out on won't make the fishermen happy, and I honestly cannot blame them, because Barnier, it appears, has demanded a 10-year fishing quota. So the Common Fisheries Policy agreed every 10 years, not free, independent fishing nation that 17.4 million people voted for, meaning if this deal is to be done in the next week or so, Boris Johnson must have agreed to that arrangement, along with some form of level playing field and ECJ involvement in UK affairs. To top that off, we also had a Macron ally stating on Sophie Ridge this morning that EU fishing policy will not be changed after Brexit. Is that her bluffing, or does she know the agreement on fishing is there? A question that certainly needs to be asked, but something else that makes me think we're about to be sold out is this claim that progress is being made and the general expectation is that a deal will be done in the next couple of days or weeks, but the political decisions need to be taken, and if an agreement is made, the sides will have to think about how they sell this deal. Rather funny word in there, I think you would all agree. But for anyone who didn't clock on, talking about political decisions need to be taken and them having to think about how they sell this deal is media speak, for the public won't like this. So the government has a whole team ready to sugarcoat it and make it look like Brexit, when in actual fact it's likely to just be a Brino. Now of course I could be wrong and Boris Johnson could be playing them like a violin, but given the evidence we have from this year, he is more likely to be playing us for fools than he is any of his globalist buddies like the media, EU leaders, or Joe Biden for that matter. Suggesting to me, reports here stating the EU fishing policy won't be changed post-Brexit could well be true, but this prize-winning French prat did say something rather funny. She seems to think the EU Common Fisheries Policy actually works, which I guess may be true for EU boats when they are floating over to the UK stealing our fish, but it does not work for us, and it never will. UK fishermen got screwed over thanks to it, so if Boris Johnson agrees to continue it, then we got sold out and given Brexit in name only. You can't have a real Brexit when Barnier wants us to agree new fishing quotas every 10 years as a part of this Brexit deal. At this point, if a deal is done, in my opinion, it will be a complete sellout. Boris Johnson is weak and being controlled by his axe wound, among others. He knows the EU should be given at most annual access on a very limited basis in exchange for something useful to us. No 10-year deals, no continuation of the CFP is the only way it can be. Norway have yearly quotas done with the EU on fishing, so it's not something the EU are against. But I expect they will be against it now because we want it. The salt coming from the EU is incredible as we get closer to Brexit. This was always expected. Let's hope, though, we don't get sold out and end up being the salty ones. I hope I am wrong and Boris won't sell us out, but he is a politician after all. It's more likely than not that he will.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires, and that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.